everyone, and welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be doing another review for you, and this is the Acorn Easy Precision Piecing System. I'm so excited to give it a try. I've already tried the glue before, but we're going to try out the whole system today, and I think it's going to be a lot of fun. So let's get started. All right, so I have some fabric here that we're going to test everything on. I'm going to open this up and we'll take a look at everything that comes in this package. I will put a link to it down in the description because if you like how everything works and you want to grab it, it'll be right there for you. So we have the Easy Press fabric treatment, we have the Easy Press pin, and then we have that Seam Align Gentle Hold fabric glue. And if you want to see some other ways to use this apart from today, you can go to last week's video. I'll link it below as well. I showed how to use this to attach a binding, and it made the binding so nice and crisp. All right, so we have this paperwork here, and it'll go through how to use everything. So that will be really nice for later on. If you do decide to grab everything, you'll have these notes here to make sure you remember how each of the items work. So I'm gonna heat up my iron and we will take a look. All right, so the first thing we'll wanna do is fill up the pen. It does not come pre-filled. So to do that, we're going to take the lid off of the Easy Press fabric treatment, remove the protective cover, and put the lid back on. At the end of the pen, you can unscrew it. Then you can see that it's empty inside. And then we're just going to take this red lid off and we'll fill up the pin. The cap back on, and we'll screw the top of the pin back on. And if you plan to use the glue right now as well, it does not have a protective layer or anything over it, so that one is ready to go. So what we're going to do now is I'm going to open up the charm pack, and I'm just going to select, so I think I will just use 2 purples. So to use the Seam Align glue, this would kind of work in place of using pins. So if you want to make sure when you go to sew that a seam is lined up really well, you could dab this right along the side of the fabric within your seam allowance. So I'm going to dab right along there. And it's nice because this is like a nice thin point on here. So not a lot of glue comes out. So that makes it really nice because you're not getting a whole ton there. And so then we're going to put the second piece of fabric on top, right sides together, and line it up nicely. Just make sure it's lined up. And we're just going to add some heat to activate the glue. And you don't want to, it says don't glide around the iron. You just want to set it there to activate the glue. Okay, then what I'm going to do is go sew a 1/4 inch seam along here. Now, see that glue works as pins, so it'll keep this lined up for me even when I move over to the sewing machine. So I'm going to go sew this. All right, so now it's time to use the pen because we drew that, or we sewed that set of stitches. So we're going to open up the fabric, and then we're going to press the seam to one side. I'm going to press it to this darker side of fabric. And then we're going to take that pin and go right along the seam. I'm going to press it a few times to just get the fluid coming through since this is the first time that I've used it. Okay, so then it says to wait 5 to 10 seconds and press one more time, and then the seams will be even flatter. So look how flat that seam is. All right, so I'm going to sew another set of these. So I'm going to get these 2, I'm going to sew another set, And I'm not going to use the seam align, and I'm not going to use the Easy Press fabric treatment, just to see how much different it is, how much flatter the seam is without the products. All right, so I sewed that row of stitches. I didn't use the seam line to keep it lined up. And I'm going to press this like I normally would. So I'm going to set the seam this time, and then I'm going to press it to the darker side, just like I did before. I'm just going to gently coax that seam over and apply some heat. So I don't know how well you can see it on camera, but there is definitely a difference in how much flatter the one that I use the products on is to this one. This one definitely lays perfectly flat. There's no bulk in the seam whatsoever. This one you can kind of see that it's like leaning up a little. So hopefully you can see that. I mean, this is perfectly flat. I mean, you can't tell that there's a seam there even on the side. So I'm definitely impressed. I think there are definitely quilts that I piece where this would come in really handy with really small pieces, especially the seam align. I'm probably going to stick to mainly using this seam align glue with binding unless I'm doing really small intricate pieces, but I can see using the pen in this product a lot more to get these nice flat seams. I can see this really coming in very, very handy on a lot of different projects where there are a lot of pieces that you want the seams to meet. So I am definitely very impressed with the Easy Press fabric treatment and the pen. Let me know what you think in the comments. I will link to this bundle, like I said, on Amazon. So if you are interested in trying it out for yourself, you'll be able to find that quite easily. So there you go. There is the Easy Press fabric treatment set, and I was really impressed by it. I mean, I thought it would work, but I didn't think it would work that noticeably. I'm very impressed with the difference between using it, especially that fabric pin, and not. So like I said, let me know what you think in the comments. I can't wait to use that on more of my seams. I'll see you in the next video. Thanks for watching. Bye.